Hi, and welcome to Small Dream. (2012) 0103 12:57 p.m. I am in the front yard of the Highland House with Mom, Sam, and Gabe. I am working on a car. I believe it was mine. I am underneath the car entirely. Looking out from under, I see a new style Valley Metro city bus pull into the yard. It is Terrence Baker from high school that gets out of the bus. I feel endangered, so I get out from under the car, squeezing through a hole that I nearly get stuck in. I head inside to my room in search of protection. I first grab a baseball bat, but then opt for the hammer I have instead. I head back out to find them up on the porch with my family. Terrence is standing in the middle of the bricks for the truck driveway. I walk out and act friendly with him. I say, "Hey, Terrence," as I walk over and give him a high five and knuckles hit. Then I decide to make it awkward and I go for the hug. I hug him and he just keeps his arms at his sides. I laugh and say something about him being like a wet fish, just dangling there limp. He was very put off by the hug. I felt good about that because it put him off guard. I turn to my left to see a large group of guys sitting on and standing around the back of the blue truck. They look to be a scary bunch. Most of them have on baggy clothes or hoodies, and a couple of them have bandanas which partially cover their faces. Terrence shifts the conversation now to a less friendly tone. It becomes clear that they are here to kill me. I am trying to figure out why, expecting them to have been making a mistake. They tell me that it's about an old ex I had. I try to get a name. I offer a list of all my exes. They pull out a golden blade. It is shaped like a giant cleaver, sort of. The blade is about 4 inches tall at the tip, flat on the end, and about 3 inches tall closer to the handle. That's the right idea anyway. During this conversation, they go inside, or to the back, or somewhere, and after a few minutes, they come back with the blade heated to glowing and smoking. As I see them approaching with that, I run. I run out across my front yard and across the street. I consider the possibility that they could run with the blade and strike me from behind, but then dismiss it due to the weight of the blade. Could they throw it at me? No. I hope they don't see the hammer I dropped. I run to Osborne Middle School. As I'm running along the long sidewalk along the side of the school, I feel myself slowing. I seem to be unable to keep going. Even though I am working just as hard, my muscles are simply slowing down. I look over my shoulder. Nobody is visible yet, though I am certain they would follow me. I continue with my struggle run for a few moments before looking back again to see a smaller one of the guys running after me. I notice immediately that he is not carrying a weapon. He is gaining on me, especially when I stop. I come through some sort of door, perhaps into that courtyard. He follows in behind. I'm yelling at him that I didn't do anything to deserve this. I'm telling him that it is a mix-up. They don't want me dead. I go into telling him about how I never hurt anyone. I am crying mildly at this point. I tell him that I am a pacifist. I haven't even killed a fly in like 2 years. He seems to be understanding. I don't think that he ever really wanted me to be killed either. Before this dream, I had some in-depth dream about being with Gabe over at his house. His mom was there, and so was his dad, alive and well. I can't remember much about it, but what I do remember was being mad at Uncle Gabriel. He was sitting on a recliner or something, where Aunt Susan's wall unit is. Aunt Susan was on the couch that faces the room from the front wall. I am across the room with Gabe, near where the water dispenser is. Something that Uncle Gabriel says to Susan upsets me. I sort of go off. I step forward toward Uncle Gabriel, yelling at him about how much of an asshole he is, though he doesn't seem to notice. I went on to tell him how much of a douche he was for faking his own death just to see how people would react. I don't remember much more of it, sadly.